So hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be talking about 5 signs that you are killing yourself as a woman. Wait guys, hold up. I know some guys will be like, oh, I'm not a woman, so why am I here? Well, if you're a brother to some people, you're a son to someone, you are a husband to someone, then this video is definitely for you. You don't want to miss it. Okay, the first thing on my list today is misconception about laziness and wastefulness. Okay, so as women, I always say this, that you should get appliances that will make your life easy as a woman when it comes to your kitchen business. You don't want to start buying things that are useless. You want to buy things that are useful for you in the kitchen. Mind you, you are not being lazy, you're not being wasteful. This lady is so, why are you so lazy? Don't let societal pressure you into thinking that you are a lazy woman or you're a lazy person. Not like you're pressuring someone to get them for you. Not like you're pressuring someone to get them for you. You actually have the money and you're going for it just to make your life stress-free. Cooking itself, like I always say, is stressful. Even if I don't say it, experience is the best teacher, right? We all know that cooking is stressful on its own. Not we adding another burden of societal pressure and what people will say to say that, oh, I'm not going to get this because I don't want people to judge me that I'm using this to do this. I can't do nothing with manual stuff. If you have the money to get them done without manual things, you have the money to go off manual to machinery or to whatever, go ahead, girl. Go ahead and get that thing because it's going to make your life easy, okay? Because at the end of the day, when you don't get them, you're still the same person that is going to press your ass off in that kitchen. They are not the person that are going to be worked up in the kitchen. You are the person. Hello? You're the person that will be worked up in that kitchen, oh. So you better buckle up and make sure that you get all the necessary things you'll be needing as a woman. And there's this friend of mine that I was talking to recently, and she was talking about getting some things, this and that. I said, girl, better focus on your kitchen. The things that you know that will be useful for you, those things, make sure you get them. Even when she was saying someone was trying to gift her stuff and be like, oh, what do you need? I told her, better write the list of the things that you know will be useful for you. The things that will make your work stress-free when it comes to the kitchen aspect. Make sure you write all of those. After then and only then can you write other miscellaneous. Because to me, others are, apart from your personal things, the things you wear on your body, the things you put on and everything. No, that is not secondary, that is primary, girl. Okay, because at the end of the day we need to look good. Yeah, a lot of people are, you're so lazy. See this girl, too lazy. She has all the gadgets in her kitchen. You are so lazy. You are a lazy girl. See, don't let them tell you are lazy. You're not lazy. In fact, you are the smartest, because at some point you need to start working smart. It's one thing to work hard, it's one thing to work your ass off in that kitchen, it's another thing to work smart. So you are a smart lady. Leave them to be a hard worker. You be a smart worker. Which brings me to number 2 on my list, which is seeing rest as laziness. I know a lot of people feel guilty about this, especially women. We feel guilty that when we are resting, we feel like, this time I'm supposed to be prepping what I'm going to cook for dinner. I'm supposed to be prepping what I'm going to cook for this. I'm supposed to be doing this. I'm supposed to be doing that. There's one thing that I want you guys to understand, that there's always something to do when it comes to the house chores. House chores never finishes. Imagine you being let's say you are a full-time housewife and you don't have a 9 to 5, and probably your husband or your family members goes out to work and they come back home. Trust me, you can. It's something that, see, this thing I'm telling you is from experience. This is not something that I'm just telling you on being, we're not theoretical here. As far as we're seeing this in a theoretical form, trust me, I've tested, I've checked, experienced. If I've not experienced, I've heard from reliable sources that these things are true. You that you're at home feel like, oh, I'm at home, I'm not working, they're going out to work, I'm at home doing all the house chores. Do you know that you can actually be doing house chores from 9 o'clock when people have gone to work, and when you're coming back by 5, you're still doing the house chores? Do you know? You can actually be working from 9 to 5. As far as they went out, they left home, they left you at home to go and do that 9 to 5, but you stayed back at home. But at the same time, you are working. In fact, at times they might not be doing too much in that office, so as it is, but the fact that you are at home, everybody wants to believe that the fact that you are at home means that you are not doing anything. Do you know that thing used to cause fights? It used to cause fights between siblings, between family, between wife. People like, you're at home, you're supposed to do this. Trust me, it's harder. It's harder. Talk less of you doing that 9 to 5 they are doing. You are still going to do that responsibility at home, and somebody will be telling you that you're lazy, you don't want to rest. You want to be resting. You're thinking of what to cook the next day. You're resting physically, but mentally your brain is working, thinking of what to cook the next day. That's why I used to employ women to get a home cooking timetable, a working at this point, not just preparing the timetable for preparing's sake. You're actually working with that timetable. I do advise to have a working timetable that will help you to ease all of the stress. As far as the stress in that particular department, Trust me, there are solutions. Not to take them away, hell no, but to ease the stress. That has become, in fact, at this point, is now a broken record. Unless you're watching me for the very first time, I advocate that a lot. So if you're not doing that, know that you're ready to rack your brain on what to cook every day. Okay? You're welcome. Do you know there's something crazy about this thing? The fact that it is a routine that occurs every day. This is a cycle. You can't say, oh, because I've cooked lunch today, tomorrow there is no lunch. You're going back to that routine tomorrow. If you cook swallow today, you're cooking another type of swallow tomorrow. See, one of the things that get me crazy and get me thinking as a lady is that, this thing, we're actually doing it every day. We are doing it every day. And this thing is a routine. It's a cycle. It's a cycle. You'll be thanking God, oh my God, finally I'm done with my, thank God, I've cooked lunch today. I'm free. Now I can breathe. You can breathe, yeah. But some few hours, you're coming back to it the next day to repeat that same thing. Because we eat every day, right? So we need to what? To cook, to eat. Unless you want to buy food outside, maybe once in a while. Okay, I give women that respect, guys, including myself. No pressure. Know what works for you and go with it. There's times that a person will be like, oh, on this particular day, I don't cook. On Fridays, I don't cook. How do they do it? They know how they are doing it. Okay, they know the way they go about those stuff. You know what works for you. Don't copy this couple. Don't copy another family. Copy yourself at this point. Copy yourself, because whatever works for A might not work for B. Whatever works for B might not work for C or D. Is the stress. Okay, you're welcome. Which brings me to the next point, which is rest walking. This is common among women. Oh my God. You see our mothers, they do it. They transferred it to us again, and we ourselves, we are doing that same thing. Ask me what that is. When you feel like you're resting, but you're working, you're resting physically, but mentally you are working. You're working your ass off. You're working the ass of your brain off. When you're resting physically and your brain is working 24/7, why? Because of what to cook. Because of how to cook. Because of the time you're going to split between your work and your chores to cook for your family as a woman. Let's say you're done with dinner, you're like, oh my God, good night, guys. I'm going to bed, sleep tight. And you went tight to your room to go and sleep. Your brain is thinking, what are we going to eat tomorrow morning? What are we going to have for lunch? What are we going to have for dinner? And guess what? You're going to do it every day. When I said same cycle every day, thought I was joking. No, I'm not joking. It's what I do it every day. This is life, okay? And it's actually crazy. These are thoughts that, I think about. I'm like, okay, women are trying. They are doing 10 yards and more for you people. So you guys should appreciate them. Your mother, your sister, your wife, appreciate them. When it comes to resting, you need to be intentional about resting. Don't feel guilty about it. Working your 9 to 5, doing your corporate job, coming back home to your house chores, and then maybe you decide to assign some duties to some domestic staff to do some things for you. Not all the time, but once in a while you feel like, oh my God, I need to rest today. Let me assign some duties to some people just to ease my stress. That doesn't mean that you're not going to come back to your duties next week. Because like I said, this is your job. This is your lifetime job, girl. It's not bad. Stop feeling bad about this thing. Because at the end of the day, they're going to judge me. You're the one in this picture. You're the one doing the work. You're the one working. You're the one doing all of this. If you feel like, oh, they're going to judge me. They're going to do this. They're going to... So what are you... Like, will they come to come and help you? The answer is nope. Rather, they will even come and tell you to serve them, to give them food. So why are you minding what people will say? So basically, this is just me telling you to rest, okay? I'm already saying another point, but anyways, you have some break and you want to rest. This is your time to rest. Don't use the time that you're supposed to be resting to be thinking of the next thing you're going to cook. Why not go with the rules? There's always a time to work and there's always a time to rest. So when it's time for you to rest, rest. Be intentional about it. Shut down mentally and physically. A lot of women just shut down physically and they forget to lock up mentally. When it comes to the kitchen business, you need to stop that because it is affecting you. Telling on your face when you're supposed to look fresh, you're already looking old because you're overworking yourself. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. So which brings me to the fourth point, which is feeling guilty when you spend on yourself. A lot of people feel guilty that they spend on themselves. They want to buy things for their whole household, their father, their wife, their sister, their husband. I'm not talking to the guys. I'm some guys too buy, right? They want to buy things for their husband. They want to buy things for their wives, for their children, their parents, but they forget to buy for themselves. Why do you feel like when you're selfish to yourself, you're generous? No. The Bible even says that love your neighbor as yourself, no more than yourself. Don't be selfish to yourself. You remember other people but yourself. Don't be selfish to yourself. You can actually do that thing for yourself as well. So far you're doing it for other people, give yourself some grace and do it for yourself. If you know you're not going to be doing it for yourself, don't even bother yourself doing it for other people. So far you know that you're going to be doing it for other people, Include yourself in the equation. Include yourself in the buying. Include yourself in the pampering, because guess what? You need the pampering as well. Fellow women, I know you get into that store to buy something. You see something good for your child, you bought it. Something good for your husband, you went ahead and buy it. But what happens to yourself? Don't you know you need to look good as a woman? You don't have to look rumbled and tacky and unkempt just because you want to care for your family. Just because you want to cater for your family. Your family is looking good, but you are looking like an house help. Don't do that. You want to look good. You don't want your stress to tell on you at times. You want to look good. Not all the time. You let that stress tell on you and everybody know, oh, she's working because she's cooking nights, she's working 9 to 5. She don't know how to juggle it well. If you're doing it, make sure you do it well. If you're not doing it and you're assigning it to someone, let it be like that. So that's why I said plan your life. There's need for planning in everything. See, in everything. Everything boils down to planning. You need to know how to plan your life, know how to run your course well. There's something that our mother do sometimes. Be like, I need to pay for this child stuff, buy this in the house. Or maybe somebody would dash you money. Graciously, someone dashed you money and you're like, oh my God, I'm going to use this to buy. There's this thing you want to buy in the house. No, someone gave you that money. You're not using, this time, you're not even using that salary on yourself per se. You're using to buy things for the house and everything. And someone dashed you 200K. Can you be selfish and buy things for yourself? Can you be selfish for once? They give you that money. If they do not give you that money, do you know that you still buy that thing for the house? That thing that you need in the house will still get fixed, whether they dash you the money or not. So I said that to I said it to someone. I'm like, you know what? Someone dashed you this money. You need to buy something for yourself. They dashed you. If they not dash you, you find a way about it to get things for your family, right? But they dashed you this money. Use it to get something for yourself. Spend that money on yourself. In fact, if you spend on the house, just 10% on the house, that is you being generous enough. Spend it on yourself. I know. Some people are like, Shabi, you still come back to come on. It's still you that will buy it. Whether you spend, fine. What if the person did not dash you the money? Won't you spend the money? Whether you buy it on food stuff or you spend it on yourself, money will go. So it brings me to the 5th point I have here. My God, this is the sweetest. Guys, you don't want to miss this. But before I say the 5th point, are you guys subscribed to my channel? Oh my God. Guys, you're on the road to 1,000 subscribers and it can only be complete with you in it. I would love nothing but to celebrate it with you guys. So please and please, if you watching me right now, you bro, girl, my guy watching me right now, and you're not subscribed to my channel, please and please, please help this baby girl. Help me and subscribe to my YouTube channel, okay? Okay? Please subscribe. Thank you. So that much had you guys, which brings me to the 5th point here, which is societal pressure. I know that you want to buy that gadget. I know that you want to have that appliances, but why are you pressured by what the society will say? What if I get that domestic staff to come and cook for me? What if I get that domestic staff to come and clean for me? What if I get that domestic staff to come and do A and B and C for me when it comes to my house chores, just to make my life easy? Why do you feel like your convenience is bent on what people will say? It's bent on the basics of what people will say about you. Why don't you do things because you actually want to do them? Why are you doing things because, oh, this is the way they are doing it. This is the way society is doing it. So this is the way I have to do it. Whether it is convenient for me or not. At times it might be the way the society is doing it and it's convenient for you, quite all right. But what if it is not convenient for you, but that is the way the society is doing it? You've tried. You've tried all your best. But it's not just working for you. It's not just working. Not just, you've been trying. Oh my God, let me try. Let me that woman that loves stress. But your body's telling you, girl, your body cannot carry stress. But because of the pressure of what people will say, you use that to inconvenience yourself to do what normally you do not do, like, frequently. So this is a versus of doing what you feel convenient for you versus what the society wants you to do. Don't look at the society. At times, you need to be selfish and you need to look into yourself, look into your own schedule. Like I said earlier, that what works for A might not work for B, and what works for B might not work for C. You might feel like, oh, this girl in her own family, she does all of the stuff without any extra help, and she does it gracefully. Fine, God bless her. But you, on the other hand, you know that your capacity, you are not used to that kind of lifestyle. You can actually keep up. You can actually try, but you can't keep up with it. So rather than keeping up, trying, you've tried and you're struggling to keep up with it, you left that thing idle and you don't even do it. Is that even right? Is that even good? Whatever you know that you can't keep up with, and you know that later you still go ahead to go and get that person to come and be cleaning for you once in a while, you still go ahead to go and get that person. If you can, this is not me countering the fact that you should not do it if you have the capacity. If you know you can do it, you can. But trust me, as much as Guys, let me tell you something. See, even women that says, I love cooking for my household. You don't feel like cooking every day. Do you know that you don't feel like cooking every day? The fact that you love cooking doesn't mean that every day your body wants to cook. At times, just be like, I don't want to cook. And there are good husbands out there that will be like, oh, they know that this person is not lazy, but today the person says she does not feel like cooking, she is tired. Girl is tired. They sort themselves out, they look for something to eat, and that is fine as well. It is fine. But don't be like, oh, because I don't want inconvenience, because I don't want to do this, I don't want them to stay full like this, then I'm going to do. No. A woman must do it. It's a taboo when you assign this to this, when you assign this, okay. Will you rather kill yourself? No, you just have to do it. Because I don't know why I get worked up with this, but anyways, this is just me telling the truth. The fact that you love cooking doesn't mean that you want to cook every other day. The fact that you love cleaning doesn't mean that you want to clean every other day. The fact that you love doing the dishes doesn't mean that you want to do the dishes every other day. Just like me, one of the best actors that I like is, I love washing the dishes. I don't know why. It just feels therapeutic for me. But do I actually do it every day? Well, I do. There's a month that I wash every day for a month. And there's some time that maybe I'm not feeling too well. Maybe I'm not around. Maybe I'm trying to go somewhere quickly and I am like, oh my God, and I leave it for somebody else to do it. And it's fine. At times you go all out to do things that are not convenient for you. But please, don't forget the things that are convenient for you as well. Do them as well, okay? That being said, that will be the end of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Let me know in the comment section if you find any of those tips useful. Which of them do you do? Which of them are you guilty of? Please do let me know down below in the comment section. I'll be right there reading all of your comment. Guys, I really love to read comment. I love to read your comment. I love to hear from you. So far, you're hearing me speak right here, talking to you guys. I as well love to read your comments, and trust me, I'm going to reply to all of your comment. Okay, I hope you learned one or two from today's episode, and I hope you're going to be putting it into practice, not just watching but putting it into practice. I love you guys, and you will see me in my next one. Bye guys. Bye.